Major League Baseball welcomes you to the following presentation of the Detroit Tigers.
All it took to prove the Eagles were right was 1 month. Everything can change in a New York minute. The Tigers were walk-off heroes twice at home midway through the month. Colt Keith, Spencer Torkelson, but on this road trip, late home runs doomed the Tigers and Kenley Jansen in 2 ports of call. Cincinnati, then Matt Olson in Atlanta. But yesterday, with the sun gleaming down on Truist Park, Matt Vierling was the star as the Tigers came surging back to beat Atlanta in a farewell game against the Braves. And so tonight, as attention turns back to Comerica Park, Jack Flaherty looks for a bounce back. And Tigers baseball on Detroit SportsNet is presented by Bet365. Thanks for joining us. Jason Benetti, Dan Petrie, Daniela Bruce in a moment. Thanks for joining us for our awards show. The bow ties are gone. The mirth is not. Jack Flaherty knows that a bounce back is important, but Matt Vierling does too. 3 hits yesterday, and great to see.
Yeah, it is. And just Matt Vierling might be one of those unsung heroes a little bit. You know, hasn't had quite the consistent playing time that he's used to, but with Parker Meadow being out and then Javi Baez, you're probably going to see a lot more from Matt Vierling in center field and right field. And he gets the Tigers on the board yesterday, scoring Riley Green. Then a double down the line, and this plate's another one. And so it comes up a 3rd time, and he's going to get another base hit. And that's going to be one that he probably should have gotten another RBI, but it gets by. He hit it so hard it gets by Yastrzemski out there. And Wenzel comes around for the go-ahead run. So that's another one that you hope that Matt Vierling, if he gets some consistent at-bats, he's going to put up more games like he did yesterday and just what the Tigers ordered.
We'll hear from A.J. Hinch about Matt Vierling and one more thing in a moment, but both of these pitchers would like to respond to some early season unevenness.
Yeah, and both of them have some really good stuff. So at any time, they can put it all together, and for different reasons. You know, they've struggled a little bit. Jack has struggled a little bit with his control, and Mackenzie Gore giving up some home runs. So both of these are going to go up today. You can flip the switch at any time. Hopefully it's Jack Flaherty in tonight's game.
Game 1 of a 3-game series between the Tigers and the Texas Rangers. Both teams around 500. We talked to A.J. Hinch about Matt Vierling, who was such a big part of 2024. A.J. with some praise for Matty V when we come back. And one more thing. Tigers baseball on Detroit SportsNet is brought to you by Bet365, where winning is everything. By McDonald's of Michigan, grab a $6 McDouble meal today. By Rally House, Michigan, it's your city, it's your house, it's the Rally House. And by Steel, find your local Steel dealer at steelusa.com. Matt Vierling this year, 25 games in a Tigers uniform, but 144 in 2024, 134 the year before. So A.J. Hinch knows that across the baseball landscape, Matt Vierling is important.
He has something for every situation, and obviously the time in the outfield is starting to be more and more because of the injuries that we've had and where the playing time's opened up. But he's a tough at bat. He's a well-rounded player. He is a fundamentally sound player, so he can do everything. And so when he's helping us win, it's probably not in one area over another. It's not just his offense. It's not just base running. It's not just defense. It's the overall feel that every single day he can do something positive to help you win. And it's why I call him a winning player. Is I don't know going into that game where we're going to need him, but whether he starts or not, he's going to factor in somewhere.
He is starting today. He's batting 6th in center field. Matt Vierling will be important to this team with the injury to Javi Baez, the injury to Parker Meadows. He will face Mackenzie Gore, who's on the mound dueling with Jack Flaherty, a lefty and a righty, and a game 1 coming next. Tigers baseball is presented by Figer Law. Game 1 of 3, Rangers and Tigers. Couple of quick thank yous, by the way, and a happy birthday in there. So Eric, who helped make the middies from the Metro Detroit Ram dealers, Eric from that side of town, it's his birthday today. So happy birthday to Eric, who helped make the middies a reality, our little award show kernel of an idea that now is real. So thanks to Eric and happy birthday. And then number 2, thanks to Rally House. I was joking about Ty Goes to the Runner. Rally House, Michigan brought us the bow ties.
Well, and Eric, too, just so he knows that Casey Mize shares his birthday with him. It's Casey Mize's birthday.
Happy birthday to both of them. Our current weather, spring is having a laugh. Yikes. It's 46.
So is the hot corner.
The hot corner is going to be real excited about just being in a hot corner. I think we all want to huddle up in the hot corner today. Jack Flaherty on the hill in those orange jerseys. I love the orange jerseys, by the way. Our wall side windows starting pitcher for the Tigers is Jack. Just trying to throw more strikes in general.
That's a big part of it, you know, and if you get behind, that's where the long balls come out. But, you know, he hasn't made it out of the 4th inning in his last 2 starts. First pitch strikes overall are down. But, you know, when right, Jack's got the stuff to be successful. Hopefully it starts tonight against a Texas offense that has had their struggles so far this year.
They have. They're in the bottom third of the league in slugging and home runs. And Brandon Nimmo, the transplant from the New York Mets, who looked like he might miss the opener with a hamstring injury on Wednesday, is right back in the lineup to take strike 1, and we are underway. Quickly 0-2, and this lineup on the whole, Dan, second worst whiff rate in Major League Baseball. Swing and miss is a part of their profile.
And, you know, if you're Jack Flaherty, you just say, you know what, then prove it to me that you can make contact. He's going right after him.
Left side, they did. Nimmo's got a single. Let's give you the Rangers batting order before we get much further. Johnny Kane mentioned it. 3 lefties at the top of the card for Texas: Nimmo, Carter, and Seager. And the strikeout rate elevated in some spots with the whiff rate, including Berger at 30%, Danny Jansen, the Toronto expat, in the 9th spot. Evan Carter, predominantly a fly ball hitter, stands in, and he takes a slider.
Yeah, after starting the game with just 3 straight 4-seam fastballs, decides to put a little wrinkle in it. And you know what? I just had a conversation today about that very same thing, the 0-2 pitch, and what pitchers try to do with it. If they try to waste one or throw it right down the middle.
Fly ball right field. Wenzel Perez is back on it, still going at the warning track, and he's there to haul it in before the shrubbery. Good read by Wenzel to get to the spot and take it away.
That's exactly it. He got back to that wall and just felt it with his hand, and just knowing that he had to move slightly to his left and reaches up and takes that home run away from Evan Carter. Jack's got to love that.
Early nominee for Catch of the Month for our Midi Awards for May. Very early nominee. You got to get in early on these things now.
I think Wenzel was watching the show and said, you know what? I want one of those awards.
Yeah, historically the Midi Awards are piped into the clubhouse. But yeah, it's a nominee for our Metro Detroit Ram Dealers Midi Awards. Beautiful catch and a big one early. Could have been 2-0 Texas right off the jump. 2 to Seager, strays downstairs. The plate umpire is Ryan Blakeney on this 4-man crew, chiefed by Marvin Hudson over at first.
See that 0-2 pitch right there, trying to get him to go after a curveball rather than Nimmo throwing that fastball right down the middle.
Seager so far this year is 4 for 33 against breaking balls. And at bats ending in breaking balls.
It's just, it's so big. That's what they just preach. Strike 1 and you get to 0-2, you get to 2 strikes. and then put them away. It's just how you put them away.
Yeah, where did that put away conversation you were talking about take you?
It was very, it just seems to me like I've just witnessed so many pitchers, not just the Tigers, but around the league, they don't waste anymore. It's just they go right after them, and for that reason, it's just get the at bat over with as quickly as you can.
Now there goes the bat. Get the bat over with as quickly as you can, I think, is what Seager heard.
You wonder if that's a little bit of that cold weather, what causes that.
Well, maybe tomorrow will be better. Can I call you then?
Maybe. Whoa. Way out in front looked like more than anything. But it depends on the situation. If there's nobody on, it's a lot more, okay, I'm going to go right after him. But if there's somebody on with a chance to get an RBI, they're a little bit more picky. Like it gets to 0-2, okay, then I'll try to get him to chase or try to hit a corner, but I'm trying to stay away from the middle of the plate.
3-2. Ground ball right at first base, and an easy out for Torque there. Nimmo to second for Josh Young, and we'll give you the Tigers starting defense, brought to you by Marygrove Awnings. Jahmai Jones is out and left today with Vierling and Wenzel Perez. Hao-Yu Lee at third. McGonigal has taken up residence at shortstop. Torres and Torkelson, Dylan Dingler always strong at controlling the run game. Texas does not run a lot. They have 17 steals. That's 20th in Major League Baseball. So now Young, runner at second, 2 gone on a chilly Friday. He swings through a high fastball. Now, we mentioned Josh Young and Jace Young last year, the two brothers who are reunited with Jace's call-up just a couple of days ago to meet the team in Atlanta with the injury to Javi Baez.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate, those injuries, but you couldn't time it any better if you're Jace. I mean, talking to him in the clubhouse about, look at that, congratulations on getting back up here. That's the big thing, but hey, look at this. Coming in this weekend is your older brother, who happens to be hot as a pistol, too.
After a tough start to the year, Josh Young has found it very quickly. Former 8th overall pick for Texas, 20 hits in his last 13. That's tucked in for a strike, 2-2. That was a two-seam fastball. I mean, you see the ranks in April for Josh Young after the games in March were not his favorite.
Might have hit some of that cold weather too, but yeah, brought out the wrinkle with the sinker.
In the air, left center field, Jahmai Jones has to watch it check up, and the Rangers are on the board first. It's a Josh Young RBI for Texas.
Tried to get that four-seam fastball by him, and Brandon Nimmo has a break there with 2 outs. Because if there's less than 2 outs, he's going to have to hold up. But with the 2 outs, he just says, you know what, I can take off with the crack of the bat. And Jahmai Jones just couldn't quite catch up to that one.
Thought maybe off the bat it would hang up for
yep.
long enough. It did not. And now Jock Peterson, who is a power threat at all turns, stands in, takes ball 1. He does have 3 homers against Jack in his major league career.
I say he's seen him quite a bit, 22 at-bats.
Up the middle, right to the bag, and McGonigal finishes the inning. But the Rangers pick up a run with 2 down, and the Tigers will try to strike next. The Tigers batting order presented by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. It's a lineup that you'd rather expect for A.J. Hinch against a left-hander. Pretty typical A.J. lineup versus a lefty, trying to get the advantage with righty at bat from Jones and Vierling in the 3 and 6 spots. And they will face the 27-year-old Mackenzie Gore out of Whiteville High School in North Carolina. He's getting a bunch of ground balls. The walk rate has been something of an issue.
Yeah, he's had a rough go of things the last 3 outings. 0-2 with a 6.14 ERA. And that's just in 14 2/3 innings. Curveball, changeup, and slider really have been his best pitches. Has a real good 4-seam fastball he likes to throw at the top of the strike zone. Has that little bit of extra jump to it.
See if Tigers walk king Gleyber Torres can start with a base here. He's got 24 walks, 21 strikeouts. You combine him with McGonigal at the top of the card, 43 walks, 38 strikeouts. And that is ball 3.
This is, to me, where it's really tough on a starting pitcher. And the left-hander with Gleyber Torres, you know how he controls his at-bats and makes you throw a strike. Right-handers, you got Kevin McGonigal leading off. You know how he controls the strike zone. This is a tough back-to-back for any starting pitcher.
Cleans out a strike there. 3-1 for Gleyber Torres, who just typically does not chase. In the top 3% of all of Major League Baseball players in chase rate. That's a strike. 3-2.
You know, you're just getting loose. You're facing your first hitter, and you have to go back to, you know, making sure that you throw it right down the middle because they're not going to swing at anything. It's a tough ask right out of the chute. Back-to-back hitters.
That's the first swing of the game for the Tigers. Gleyber fouls it away.
And then that pitch count just in the first 2 hitters just is lofty. Hopefully you get a couple guys on, or at least one of these guys on, and then you've got traffic on the bases. It adds to the quality of pitches that you have to throw.
Three and two again. Look, McGonigal, we asked our friends at Sport Radar today how many pitches he sees first time through the order. It's over 4 in his first at bat of the game. Gleyber Torres has already seen 7. When efficiency has been on the docket of things Mackenzie Gore has dealt with as an issue at points. Berger on a pop-up going backward, and that's foul. It's a long way to go for Jake Berger. He was met by Nimmo, and neither got there.
Well, that's the thing. What you were talking about Nimmo not being, might have been kind of questionable for this game, and you can just see how Nimmo is running very gingerly over to that ball. So once it got up there, if Berger wasn't going to get to it, Nimmo wasn't going to blow his, did you say it was hamstring?
Hamstring, yeah. No reason, right? It's May 1st.
Yep.
3-2. Man, Gleyber Torres going for the old 80 pitch at bat here. See if he can get all of Mackenzie Gore's pitches out of the way in the first inning.
Yeah, and you're like, come on, just, you know, make it out, and eventually you're going to throw one wide.
Like that, ball 4.
Or in.
Yeah, but yeah, wide of the plate one way or
There
the
you
other.
go.
Here's the thing, you sit and you think about your outing, Dan, in the clubhouse, and you'd spend all this time focusing, and then best laid plans of mice and men. Here comes Gleyber Torres, and he's got something else in store for you.
He does, and then but it doesn't get any easier. You know, you're thinking, well, okay, at least I'm left on left, but that doesn't matter because this guy's hunting something right down the middle too.
That was the most pitches seen for a Tigers first batter in a game this year. 10 for Gleyber Torres. Young moves way off the line over at third. He's basically playing in and shortstop right now. But he was much closer to the line on the first pitch. He might have taken 5 steps toward the infield.
Boy, and yeah, right on that grass too.
There's a foul ball, 1-2 on the 21-year-old Kevin McGonigal. Through April, as a 21-year-old, Kevin McGonigal has a .426 on-base percentage. This is Major League history through April. Pujols, Harper, McGonigal, Acuna. It's 2-2. That's 14 pitches to 2 batters.
Yeah.
And the second batter's still standing there. But, I mean, that's hallowed company.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, there's Ty Cobb and McGonigal being mentioned in the same breath. Al Kaline.
It's a wave and a miss on a wicked slider from Gore.
And you're not going to see too many uncomfortable swings from Kevin McGonigal, and that one was about as close as you're going to get, kind of pulling off just a little bit on the wicked slider. But he'll learn from it. He'll
Yeah,
go,
he will.
okay, I got you. I've seen that one now.
Here's Jahmai Jones. He takes a ball in the dirt. Mackenzie Gore will strike you out, though. I mean, that is a big part of his game. A strikeout rate of over 31%, which would be his career high, on a number that's already very solid for his young major league career. One and one. It's our Old Spice fresh stats. This is strikeout rate by a left-handed pitcher in Major League Baseball this year. We have not seen Cleveland yet, but every time they put up like a 1 or a 0, it's Parker Messick on the mound.
Exactly, yep. But, I mean, that strikeout rate for Mackenzie Gore, and that might be why he doesn't get real deep into games, because that pitch count is pretty elevated with all those strikeouts, but especially having to face Gleyber Torres, too.
Yeah, that's without a 10-pitch first batter. 1-1. That's a ball. It's 2-1 on Jahmai Jones. And this is one of those innings that Major League Baseball has tried to legislate out of the game, right? Walks and strikeouts and not a whole lot of contact, but it's just been pitcher and hitter so far. Shattered bat, ground ball to third. Young spins it to second. That's a long throw, and he couldn't get a ton on it. So Torres is out, Jones to first. And we'll give you the Rangers defense in this opener. Osuna, Carter, and Brandon Nimmo. Evan Carter +3 outs above average, +5 defensive runs saved so far. Young, Seager, Duran, and Berger, and Danny Jansen is the catcher.
That wasn't a bad play right there.
Nope.
You know, from Josh Young. Not sure he was going to go to second, and he didn't think twice. That was just, he made that look pretty easy to get Gleyber.
That is a lot of ground to cover on that throw, coming toward the line at third.
And then coming and having to throw it kind of underhand or sidearm over there, make an accurate throw instead of taking the easy route and going right over to first base. Had all the confidence to get him at second base.
Yeah, just don't see the resemblance with Jays. Just kidding.
And they are so close too.
You see the facial, like we just had that close up on Josh Young.
Yeah.
It is so clear they're brothers.
Look at that. And you know, we've several times, Texas had kind of followed us around for a while, and
Yeah.
he'd be waiting.
It was Chicago 2 years ago, right? That we had checked in and they were checking out or something like that.
Sacramento was another one that Texas was following us around.
That's right.
And,
that's right.
Gosh, there was one other. Tampa? Was it?
Ball is leveled down the left field side and foul. There was the one time, I believe the Rangers had an off day in Chicago. They were playing the Cubs.
Yes.
And so
that's
Josh
yeah.
showed up in the tunnel.
Yes.
Talking
And we
to
were
Jace,
walking
and we were walking out
Yes.
in Chicago. Yeah. They're very close.
No, you know who I was thinking was the one in Tampa was Austin.
Austin Meadows.
Yep.
That's right. Yep. 2-2 still on Dingler. Daniela.
So it's funny, the teams, MLB teams, tend to stay at most of the same hotels, and Jace just got the call up from Toledo and needed a hotel room. So he's actually staying at the Texas team hotel. So he gets to hang out with his brother even more while they're in town.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, isn't that awesome? They drove
Perfect.
to the ballpark together today and everything.
Welcome back, Daniela. You just jumped right on the Young beat.
That's right. Look at that.
That is it. The timing has worked out oddly great for the Young family the last couple of years for reunion purposes.
It was almost exactly a year ago, too, Mother's Day last year.
That's right. That's right.
I know, and Jace had indicated he wasn't sure if they were going to be able to make it up this weekend.
Jeff and Mary, the parents, Young,
have not had confirmation of that, but he was a little concerned that they may not be able to make it.
They definitely weren't here tonight, but they were going to still try to make it for one of the games in this series.
Good.
Yes.
3-2. Dingler in the air for right field and playable for Nimmo to retire the side. A lot of pitches. Tigers couldn't score. 1-0.
Jack Flaherty's coming off 2 of his shortest outings where he struggled to find his command this year. I talked to Dylan Dingler about how you go about fixing that, and he said for him and Jack, they're going to try some new cues. Where should he line up? Where, he being Dingler behind the plate, just to try to get Jack in the zone a little bit more. And he said he wanted to make one thing very clear. It's that Jack puts in the work. He's one of the hardest workers on this team. So the time in between starts is well spent, and they think they can get Jack back on track here to help the team out and go a little longer, give the bullpen a little bit of relief, guys.
That would be huge, Daniela, considering the Tigers don't have an off day until next Thursday. It's still 6 days until the next off day, so it's 2 turns for Jack through the rotation to help the bullpen. He's in with a strike there on power hitting first baseman Jake Berger.
And then you have Sunday looming, which is going to be a bullpen game. You don't know, how many pitchers will be needed there.
Season 3 of Pitching Chaos.
There you go.
Renewed.
One of our favorites.
Right. Love Pitching Chaos. And A.J. Hinch was very clear today. He said, in a sort of a joking question he got about it, he said, yeah, you'd rather have 5 starters, but when you have to do something like this, the Tigers know it's not just triage, it is a strategy. It's
I love
intentional.
That. Yep. It's not an inconvenience, I think is how he put it, right? It's a strategy.
Yep.
Yeah.
2-2 to Berger. That's strike 3, a fastball over the plate, and Jack's got his first strikeout.
Well, it's just trying to keep that ball on the outside part of the plate to Jake Berger. And he starts with that slider, and he thinks that slider's going to be coming again, and it's going to break off the plate, but it doesn't. It holds true to form, catches that outside part of the plate. So back-to-back beautiful sequencing and location from Jack Flaherty.
Now he'll face Alejandro Osuna, the 23-year-old. Getting some opportunity with injury to Wyatt Langford, among others, for the Rangers. Osuna 3 for 8 this year. By the way, as the strikes mount, Ryan Blakeney's strike call gets louder. I think strike 1 is a little softer than strike 2, which was slightly more vicious.
Well, they get into it too.
Yes,
you know?
I like that. All 4 umpire personality up here. Show personality.
Yeah.
Have a unique strike 3
Sure.
call. We're missing Tornado Tom Hallion in the umpire ranks.
And I do. I constantly ask you to show me yours from your youth, which is a good one.
No.
Yes, it is.
Well, no, there are some. I like that umpires still have their own way of doing it. Like John Tumpane gets called the Ripper.
Oh, yeah.
For doing the sort of slasher film
Yep.
thing. You see the James Jean of umpires over there at third. James Jean. Strike 3, there it is. Ryan Blakeney punches out Osuna. Listen in. Yeah.
Man, if you're a pitcher, how could you not want to try to strike everybody out? just to have that. Look at that. Nice uppercut.
You have to get fired up by that on the mound.
Rock'em sock'em robot. Boom.
That is a great call. Ball 1 to Duran. 2 out, nobody on. Jack Flaherty has locked up a couple of Rangers here in the second. Yeah, strike 1.
How about Jack Flaherty hitting that outside corner?
When you saw what it did to Berger in that at bat, it froze him on the slider fastball combination.
And that's this from a guy that has been struggling a little bit with his control and coming out and firing strikes and also hitting spots well.
Popped up back behind home. Dylan Dingler races over into the on deck circle. That's his now. And the inning's over. 1-0 after 1.5. Call Sam best call. Mackenzie Gore has given up some line drives, some hard hit baseballs, and the Tigers hitters, despite some questions about the offense at points in the first month, seems 7th in slugging, 6th in on base, and it's in part because they do hit the ball hard.
And you just, when you see those stats, and then that's what makes it fun to watch Mackenzie Gore, and throughout his time out there, will it hold true if he gives up a lot of hard contact? Let's see if the Tigers can hold true and see if they can continue making hard contact off of Mackenzie Gore.
Pretty quickly, he's rested in fastball mode against Riley Green here, left on left.
And again, Riley he just does not budge. And that's why he's having so much success. I mean, that fastball that was up and into him, that was just a little bit of chin music, and he was, he just kind of leaned back a little bit just to get out of that way.
He goes fastball again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Riley Green does typically see quite a few sliders from left-handers, and he tends to be able to extend the bat to hit it.
He's pretty good at going right back up the middle with it.
That's called strike 3 on a fastball. Might have been worth a challenge.
Well, it looked like Riley flinched. Right after this call, watch his right hand. He thought, you're right. It looked like he almost kind of wanted to reach up to his helmet.
There's a curveball and a strike to Matty V, who picked up 3 hits yesterday in the victory, and the Tigers have had very nice success when Matt Vierling has been productive. Plus 14 games to 500 the last couple of years with 2 hits for Matt Vierling.
And that's what's nice about this lineup, these Tiger lineups now, is Matt Vierling usually finds himself towards the top of the order, and last or in yesterday's game, he was down in that 7 hole. So, you know, a lot of times you're going to still have a really good hitter down there at the bottom of the order causing trouble.
Foul that away on a fastball at 95 from Gore, who's been traded a couple of times now in his major league career. He was part of that James Wood deal.
C.J. Abrams.
Yeah. It changes names really based on who's having the success at the time. And then he came over from the Nationals to the Rangers in the offseason. It was August of 2022 from San Diego to Washington as Vierling takes ball 2. He was the 3rd overall pick back in 2017. He was a high school draft pick out of the state of North Carolina. 2-2 to Vierling. In the air, right side. Nimmo coming on, and he will slice over to make the catch. Was a dramatic departure by Duran.
Boy, these are some of these pop-ups. These are kind of adventurous.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They're living on a prayer right now. If the Tigers score 3 or more runs in this game, you can visit a participating Arby's location tomorrow and receive a free small order of curly fries. Jake Berger did not grow up a first baseman. He was a third baseman by trade when the White Sox put him in the lineup. Typically, we saw him mostly at third in the American League Central. He's over there at first. Duran and Nimmo have come along with him on a couple of these pop-ups. There's a wave and a miss on a very strong changeup. Here's that play. By the second, it looked like a different player had the best chance at it.
Yeah, you just thought Duran was going to get underneath that one. And Nimmo out of nowhere. But Jake Berger running after that like, I don't want any part of this, but I got to go after it.
You have to.
Just in case comes my way.
Well, look, there's athleticism in the Berger family. His sister Ellie is the head tennis coach at Belmont. She was a great tennis player at Missouri State. Jake is a home run hitter, sort of born to be a home run hitter, as the 3-1 is fouled away. It's 3-2 on Torque, and the Tigers continue to be full count theater. The Tigers are second in all of baseball in full counts starting play today.
Here's a guy that does see a lot of pitches.
Pitch number 43 was that last one. This is 44, and it's inside. It's ball 4, and the Tigers have had 2 base runners. Gore's almost halfway to 100, but if you like your counts full, your heart is full watching Tigers baseball, because the last 2 seasons, double graphic for you. The Tigers are 3rd and 2nd in most full counts in Major League Baseball. We have a full screen of full counts, double graphic for full counts. Just trying to fill it up. I love double graphic.
Well, and how does it get to that point? You know, it's not a lot of first pitch swinging, you know, making wise decisions and make sure you get a good pitch to hit.
And then you got to come at the Tigers, right? You then have to throw a first pitch strike, or they're going to put you in a deficit. We have a special guest coming, by the way. Mystery guest activated in the top of the 3rd, I believe. 0-2 is high. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Wencel Perez. Torque at first. Gore's going to throw his 48th pitch of the first 2 innings, and he hasn't given up a hit. There's another foul ball for you.
Well, just taking and fighting those 4-seam fastballs off. They just hang something. One of those secondary pitches.
1-2. On the ground at shortstop, Corey Seager flips it to second base. If you're a basketball fan and like the national champions, join us next. So, it's 1-0 Texas, but we have a mystery guest here in the booth. And our mystery guest behind the door, it's Trey McKinney of the national champion Michigan Wolverines. Hi, Trey.
What's up?
How you doing? Congratulations on your title.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, just like being on that stage, you made a couple enormous shots in the Final Four in the championship. What was pumping through you as that's going down?
I mean, in those moments, any like thing that happens that's good for the team or bad is gonna impact the game tremendously. So you have to play with tremendous confidence, and I think our team we had a really good team, and we were level-headed throughout the season, and I felt like every game after every game we showed we were the best team in the country.
You guys lost LJ Kaysen, who was a big part of your rotation. After that, how did this team come together? Like, what did you guys say after he got hurt? As that 2-1 is leveled by Danny Jansen, and this is going to leave. So it's 2-0 Texas here in the third. Don't worry, you won't get blamed for that, Trey. It's not how any of this works. But Jansen hits his second home run of the year, Dan.
Yeah, this is the slider doesn't go exactly where Jack wants this one. This one kind of just hangs right over the middle of the plate. And Jansen is not going to win. That was just spinning too. That didn't have that sharp break, get out and away like earlier in the game.
So 2-0, and you know it's good life advice for anybody who's trying to bounce back, as Jack Flaherty is here. How did you guys deal with LJ's injury?
I mean, we knew LJ was a big part of the team, but he stepped up in a leadership role and more of a coaching role once he got hurt, and I think that really gave us a lot of energy to be able to keep going and just remember that he's always going to be with us throughout the season.
Did you know early in the season, like, we're going to be national champions? I mean, you guys had a good feeling about it?
Yeah, I mean, when we went to Las Vegas and we were playing the cream of the crop, and we were like blowing teams out,
yes.
I mean, I just knew that we were pretty talented, but I didn't want it to get to our head, and I don't think we ever let any big win throughout the season just get in our head as much as it would any other team. So I think that's really why we just ended up as the national champs.
You know, and Jason was nice enough a couple of years ago to introduce me to Dusty May, you know, and it was nice. We had a little conversation. Talk a little bit about how good a coach he is.
No, he's a great coach. I mean, he's a player's coach. He always, you know, I watch film with him after every game, and you know, he's just really about you make mistakes, but you're also going to learn from them. And I think him just welcoming in mistakes and being able to learn from those game after game just really gives him a lot of confidence in you to be able to go out there and perform at your best.
We're joined by Trey McKinney from the national champion Michigan Wolverines. I thought that we did maybe 4 or 5 of your games this year. I kept wondering, when did you grow into the body, the athlete that you are? Because you don't look like a freshman when you play basketball.
I don't know. I think throughout high school I started getting stronger, started lifting weights, and then I think once I got a full summer in college last summer, like I got to fill out my body more, got the nutrition I needed, and started a diet, and I think from there it helped my body tremendously. I mean, I feel amazing now, and I think my body looks really good.
Nice. It looks great in orange. You grew up a Tiger fan, right?
Absolutely. I mean, this is just amazing to be able to be in the best seat in Comerica right now. So, yeah.
Now, we had some shenanigans going on before, but did you throw out the first pitch?
I did throw out the first pitch.
And I missed it. How'd it go?
I threw a strike.
Oh, look at that. You know, did you play baseball growing up too?
Not at all. I mean, I always wanted to play, but once I got into basketball,
We have the video of your first pitch. So we're going to check and see if it actually was a strike here. You said it was. We don't have any ABS challenges here. Oh,
That's
yeah.
a strike?
That's absolutely a strike.
Yes.
I might have put too much air under that, though.
Might have. No, that was, honestly, you would much rather put air under it and throw a strike than have it go like all over the place.
Yeah.
You don't need that.
Absolutely.
You're having a great year. You don't need that.
I agree with you.
How did you prep for it, first pitch?
I was training down there, and I threw about like 50 baseballs, and I just got comfortable with the form, and then I went out here, maybe got a little bit nervous, but I just let it go.
I was going to ask you, were you nervous? Because, I mean, I've done it, and I'm nervous as heck when I go out there to try to do that.
Yeah, I mean, especially you're the only one out there. It's kind of nerve-wracking, but it turned out good.
Wait. You're making big shots in the Final Four. You win a national championship basketball. You're nervous throwing out a first pitch?
Yeah, I mean, Comerica is nostalgic, and there's a lot of people here, so.
Different sport, you know. You're
definitely a different sport.
Yeah.
I'm really comfortable with basketball, but not as comfortable in baseball.
That's fantastic. Trey McKinney joins us up here in the booth. You came to Comerica then as a kid growing up some?
I never really been to a Comerica game, actually.
Really?
I mean,
just
me and
seen
my
it
dad,
a lot on TV.
Yeah, my dad used to watch a lot of Tigers games, and he still does to this day. So, I mean, he's my best friend, so I'd be watching games with him in the bed. And, yeah, I've always been a Tigers fan, though.
What does your dad mean to you in your basketball career and just you as a person?
I mean, he means everything. I mean, he supported me throughout, you know, mistakes and everything. I mean, just as a person, I think it's just great to have a dad like him that's able to be there and support me and tell me when I'm doing something wrong and not just, you know, say yes to me all the time. I think he's just a really great dad, and I'm grateful to have a person like him in my life.
And how much did he get to follow you around during the season and, you know, most of the season, go wherever you went in the Final Four and everything?
I mean, my family didn't miss a game.
That's awesome.
They didn't miss a game, and that's the best part about it. When you can have your family, you know, see those memories and be a part of those memories with you, that's the best part. So I'm just really amazed at that.
2 on here in the 3rd inning, and Chris Fetter is going to come out and talk to Jack Flaherty. You think he's watching right now?
Who knows?
I love it.
Did you tell him that you were going to be on?
Oh, my dad?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he knows.
Yeah,
I think
there you go.
Yeah, he's in there. He's in there.
Oh, he's in. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Oh, he's right next door. There he is. Very proud dad. What's his name?
John McKinney II.
John's got a big smile on his face over there. That is awesome. Proud dad moment. How good of a passer is Adai Mara?
He's one of the.
There's your dad.
He's one of the
Tigers
best
game.
big men I've ever seen. You know, up close. I mean, he's every bit of 7'3", 7'4", and you know he passes it like a point guard. And I've just never seen anything like it. I mean, we had a lot of talent last year on that team. I think that's definitely one of the most talented teams in college basketball.
You don't see 7'3" guys throwing passes between other dudes' legs a whole lot. That's a strike. 0-1 to Seager. And a challenge coming. So it's an ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile. And we'll see. We'll play along, Trey. It is a ball.
Calls overturned, pitches the ball. Texas has 2 challenges remaining.
Ball 1 to Seager. 2 on, nobody out. We're joined by Trey McKinney of the national champion Michigan Wolverines, who are already trying to reload. I mean, you got to start thinking about the next year fast, right?
Yeah, I mean, when we won the national championship, it was kind of like a joke. I mean, at midnight, the transfer portal opened up. So it's like there's no normalcy in college basketball at all. But that's the fun part about it when you don't really get an off season and, you know, you're meeting all these new people. That's the best part about basketball.
Daniela Bruce, our reporter, has a question for you. She's downstairs. Daniela?
I do. Hi, Trey. I just wanted to ask, so Tarek Skubal caught your first pitch. Did you guys get to exchange any words? Did he give you any advice before you threw it? Because you really did throw a pretty good strike.
Yeah, I mean, he really just told me that he's going to visit the right school in Michigan this season coming up. So that's going to be a really fun experience for us.
I love that. You're right. He did visit Michigan State, didn't he? Him and Tom Izzo.
Poor him.
Check swing. It is ball 4. The bases are loaded with nobody out here in the 3rd inning. There's your hug that you got with Tarek Skubal before the game. Tell him to go visit Michigan. Nice.
Go Blue.
That's nice. What was it about this team that made them so special? Then we'll let you go and watch the game with your pops and everybody here. But what made this Michigan team so special, and what would you like to say to the Wolverine fans watching?
I would just thank all the Wolverine fans for coming out throughout the postseason and just giving us that extra piece of energy that we needed, maybe when we weren't playing our best. But I think the best thing about our team was there's a lot of talented teams in college basketball, but it's all about connectivity and relationships. And I think we had one of the most connected teams in America, and that's why we ended out on the way we did. So that's really the reason for us being the national champs, and I'm really excited to be able to go out here next year and hopefully be back in Detroit.
Love that. Yeah, it's Final Four's coming here.
Yeah, we have to make it.
Just one last, I just thought of something else. I mean, you got to be following the NBA, right? Big Piston fan?
Yeah, big Piston fan, actually. You know, big game tonight. Big game tonight.
It's going on right now, isn't it? You got a score update? We don't want to spoil it for people who are taping it.
I have no update right now.
Nice, nice. Trey, thank you.
Yeah.
We'd be remiss if we didn't say you have the best media relations guy in the business, too, Tom Wyrod. I know Tom watches a lot of these games, so Tom's a good man.
Shout out to T-Dub.
Love that. Trey, thank you so much. Thank you for stopping by. That's a base hit to left, and the Rangers are going to add on here. It is 1 run and a stop sign, so it's 3-0. Trey McKenney, thank you so much for stopping by, and congratulations on a marvelous season.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, enjoyed talking with you very much. Continue good luck and lots of success.
Thank you.
Trey, take care, enjoy it, and glad we got your dad on screen, too. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, Trey McKenney III joining us up here in the booth, and we will let him go. 3-0 Rangers with the lead here at Comerica Park. That is a really nice young man, and man, did he play so far above his age this year for that national championship team.
I was going to say, he said a lot of nice things about his dad. His dad has to be extremely proud of that young man, no doubt.
Here's Jock Peterson, and he's going to foul it off. But look, Dan, while we were talking to Trey, Jack Flaherty loaded the bases on walks, and you end up kind of second verse, same as the first here with Jack in the last couple of outings. The walks have really done damage to his fortunes.
Yeah, and that's just where, I mean, 3 in a row, that's you're just not going to have a whole lot of success.
Peterson, a fly ball to left. Jahmai Jones on the move underneath. He chops his steps. Carter tags from third. He scores. So the second of the 3 walks gets jackpotted by the Rangers. And it is 4-0 Texas.
Yeah, just when we're looking at some of the pitches, just the slider to Danny Jansen was one of those ones that was just kind of spinning. And then you just see some of the other ones to Josh Young, his base hit. There's another one, I believe that was a curveball that just kind of stayed up too.
It's popped up. Jack says he's got it, and he drops it, but the infield fly was on, so the out is made regardless. No harm, no foul, and Berger is out. So the infield fly rule was on, and the reason for that rule is because it's total carnage on the base paths if you don't have it.
Well, I mean, because he could do just what Jack did, just, oops, I accidentally dropped it, and then just flip it home, and it's an easy double play.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. That's why pitchers aren't supposed to catch pop-ups.
Well, it's why when Tanner Bybee caught one, he celebrated like he won the Super Bowl.
That's why they just said, get out of here.
Yeah.
You're not.
Y'all aren't allowed.
That's right.
0-1 to Osuna. And he takes the ball in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. This inning started with a Danny Jansen homer, then 3 walks, an RBI single for Josh Young, and then Jock Peterson's sacrifice fly made it 4-0 Texas. Now that slider is just filthy.
And that's just the consistency. You know, in the early couple innings when he got some strikeouts, he was hitting that outside corner. Slider had really good sharp break, just like that one.
Fastball fouled away. It is just too hard to string together singles to give Major League Baseball teams that many free bases anymore for anybody.
It is, and especially on a night like tonight too. It's going to be hard to hit the ball out of the ballpark.
Yeah, we saw it earlier. I mean, the Evan Carter ball is a home run if it's 70 degrees.
No doubt. No doubt. And Danny Jansen's ball, I thought he crushed that ball.
Yeah.
And that was about halfway, into the bullpen out there. So that's where those walks, and then you just string a couple of hits together and turns into a big inning.
Chopper rolled foul at first, so Jack Flaherty pressing up against 70 pitches here in the third total.
But it's just, how did it happen? That's where they're trying to correct. The first inning he's out there spotting the ball really well, throwing a lot of strikes, and then that just home run must have did something.
The first pitch after the home run was up and out arm side. It was a rough miss, and it suggests what you were saying, that the home run did something, activated, triggered something, whatever.
Right. And just something about, the previous pitch that was a slider that just kind of spun. And you're wondering, okay, is it just one of those things that I just threw a bad pitch, or were my mechanics out of whack a little bit? And I think that's where a lot of the stuff starts. You start thinking a lot about that. Is it my mechanics? Did I just threw a bad pitch? It's just, you start thinking all kinds of things.
Two impressive takes by Osuna, especially 2 pitches ago.
After he swung at the sliders, he saw it.
Yep.
And he went, okay, I got that now. And then now he's trying to get that bite there, get him to bite and get him to chase, but he's already saw it, and that's why he's laying off of it. That's fastball at the bottom rung. Ooh.
That will end the inning, clipped into the glove of Dingler, but the Rangers pick up 3.
A special day for Hao-Yu Lee and his family. His mom, dad, and fiance are here in Detroit to watch him play in the big leagues for the first time. It was a 24-hour travel day for them. They got in at about 5 a.m. this morning. So they're a little tired, came in from Taiwan, but they're so excited to be here. They were absolutely beaming with pride to be able to be at Comerica Park and watch him play today. They said they're going to look to explore Detroit a little bit, but they need some recommendations. So that's my homework tonight. Get them some recommendations on what to do in Detroit.
It's a great idea. That is a long way to go. And I mean, just think of the absolute pride and just the dedication it takes to make Major League Baseball. And then it's a full day to get here and be able to watch Hao-Yu Lee, who has fit in very well offensively for the Tigers. Hit some baseballs hard, Dan.
Have they been able to watch the games, Daniela?
They have been able to see him play. I don't know if it was live. I did not ask that, or if they were watching it back, but they have seen it. And the other thing for them, this is mom and dad's first time in the United States. His fiance has been here, so their first time being over here at all, and they're so excited to be here and spend a few days. They're here until the 5th next week.
That's fantastic. 2-1, and he gives this a ride to right field. And Nimmo.
I just think of Hao-Yu Lee's debut when he gets called up. It's at one of the cathedrals of baseball at Fenway Park, and gets his first base hit there, first RBI. Also introduces himself to the wall, bangs one off the Green Monster out there. So a lot of great things happened in that weekend for Hao-Yu Lee.
At just 23 years old in his first stint in Major League Baseball. Mackenzie Gore kind of needs an inning to get back on track pitch count wise. Brennan Hanafy was up and loosening in the Tigers bullpen, with Jack Flaherty having given up the 4 runs. But Texas has a very well stocked cabinet. They were off yesterday. They used one reliever 2 days ago. as Duran throws to first for out number 2. So Texas is in the advantageous position in the bullpen. The Tigers, though, are carrying an extra reliever with essentially right now a 4-man rotation with the injury to Mize and to Jesus coming up.
Yeah, they still want to try to get Jack deep into the game. I mean, it's 4-0, and there's a lot of game left to play.
Yeah, Hannafy was warming, to be clear, for just in case that inning got tireless.
Yeah, that they had to make a move. You think Jack's coming out to pitch the 4th.
You'd imagine, but we will see.
Yep.
It's just a string of 3 straight walks, and Texas used 2 of them to score. A home run from Danny Jansen as well. And it is 4-0 as McGonigal flies this to right field. Nimmo is parked, and he makes the catch to retire the side. It's always a party on Detroit SportsNet. If you can't make it to Comerica Park, stream the game live with a subscription to your new home for Detroit sports. Detroit SportsNet, presented by Bet365. Your subscription includes the Tigers all season long, plus the Red Wings starting this fall, subject to national exclusivities. Terms and conditions apply. Subscribe by visiting tigers.com/Detroit SportsNet. First pitch is a strike.
You got that all in, and still just timed it perfectly to get that call right there.
Yeah, but here's the reason it becomes a stressful situation. Our esteemed director, Andrew Blaustein, likes to put that promo over a shot that if I didn't comment on it in some way, people would think I had been kidnapped. Like you put 4 people with party hats on the screen, and I don't say anything about it, people will think that I had gotten a lobotomy. So see, that's bait. That's just chum in the water. You know what he does? That's the thing. It's always something ridiculous. Yeah, now it's party hat central. You see the sense of humor our camera people have on this crew. He went around. That's strike 3. Duran is punched out. It's his party. He'll swing if he wants to.
Nope.
Oh, double party hat.
We need a rally party hat.
Yeah, or that. That looks very warm.
What's that called?
Home. looks like he took a rug and repurposed it as a coat.
Like laying on there with the jaw open right on the floor.
And the fire burning in the background.
Yeah.
It's evidently a wild coat. Looked like he got it from the Villanova wild coats. There you go.
Wild coats.
Evidently that's a thing. Tonight on Is That a Thing? That's fouled away. At least one person in the truck has asked, does Wild Coat make the Pasquatch costume in Kansas City?
It looked like the little logo there was like a Pasquatch-ish. Yeah.
Yeah, sort of thing. 1-2 is whisked foul.
I was going to say like Bigfoot, Sasquatch. Yeah.
Yeah, Wild Coat.
Yeah. No, maybe not. It's a bear, huh? What is that?
What temperature do you think it has to be to feel comfortable saying, you know what? I'm going to bring out the tiger coat tonight.
Well, I don't know what but I think he made a wise choice.
Yeah. Agreed. 2-2. High fly ball, left field. Jahmai Jones is underneath. After that trip to the clothier, now a message from Figer Law.
If you've been injured in a motorcycle crash, make Figer Law your first call. Figer Law. All we do is win. All we do is win.
2 down. Fourth inning, 4-0 Texas with the lead. But again, the Tigers have come back in games where it felt like the odds of winning were pretty minimal this year, snatching victory from the jaws of defeat during that homestand after the Royals surged back post-rain delay. So you never know until the finish line with the Tigers here in 2026. 1-0 drops in for a strike on the slider to Brandon Nimmo, who Mets fans have missed this year. He was a fan favorite.
Oh man, and just consistent.
I mean, 10 years in a Mets uniform. His career OPS plus, we know league average 100 on those plus stats. His career OPS plus is 124. It's a really good player.
It is for 10 years. That's
Yes.
not a couple.
For a guy who couldn't even play high school baseball because they didn't have it in Wyoming.
Yeah.
Playing like American Legion ball.
Yeah, having to travel to what, Washington?
Yeah. I think Montana.
Yeah.
3-1. That's a strike, and he thought about challenging. He kind of went to the ear, but not the head.
Went to the flap there instead of. They get Jack through this inning.
3-2. Nimmo has other thoughts. Yeah, Washington sounds right, but they didn't have high school baseball in Wyoming.
No, that's what, I thought he had, some of those long road trips just in order to get into the better tournaments. He's one of the best athletes, so he has to find out the best.
And he's got a base hit. On a fastball, Nimmo wands it to left. He's been on base 3 times already.
Just stayed with that.
I think you anticipated it when you said, come on, get Jack through this inning, that if Nimmo reached, there was a possibility that would be the end of the line. So 3 2/3 for Jack Flaherty tonight. The Rangers have knocked him out. 4-0 to Jesus on his way in. Outside windows, pitching change, and Manuel de Jesus in his first major league outing since April the 21st, when most of that damage to his ERA happened. It was 5 earned runs on 7 hits against Milwaukee in that game that unraveled for the Tigers on the 21st at 12-4. De Jesus will face Evan Carter, and Jack Flaherty's night is done, Dan, after 3 2/3 and 4 runs. A 5th could happen to him with Nimmo over at first and 2 down. What do you make of Jack currently?
Well, you just you thought maybe there'd be that. He's working on everything, and Daniela said just he's one of the hardest workers, and they're just stay with him. And he's working on it, but it didn't change. It looked different maybe in the first couple of innings, and then just that home run ball and then 3 straight walks. It was kind of the same way in Fenway Park. Where he had a bunch of walks in a row. I think he walked 3 in a row in that game too, and that you just don't see that at this level.
By the way, the Rangers have pinch run for Nimmo. Josh Smith replaces Nimmo, who again dealt with the hamstring issue on Wednesday, came out of that game against the Yankees, and didn't look like he was behaving gingerly, but also didn't sprint for a couple of pop-ups, and then did later as there's a swing and a miss, strike 3, and the inning's over. So Jack Flaherty completes the night 3 2/3, 4 runs to his tab. The Tigers will try and come back for him. Conversation between manager and pitcher A.J. Hinch and Jack Flaherty after a short outing for Jack tonight. Time left for the Tigers here into the 4th. Jahmai Jones will lead off against Mackenzie Gore, who feeds a strike in. Gore at 60 pitches. Ball and a strike on Jones. The Tigers entered play today tied with Cleveland at 16-16 at the top of the American League Central. This is the 1/5 mark the Major League Baseball year. That's fair over the bag, down the third base line. One thing we know about the Tigers this year is you never know.
And that's a good start to this fourth inning. Jahmai Jones, you know that he's hunting a fastball, but he gets a curveball that stays over the middle of the plate, and he's waiting for it. Shoots that right down the third baseline, just fair. See James Jean down there pointing, yep. Now just got to figure out how to just keep trading places with them.
Yeah, a bunch of doubles in a row. Dylan Dingler, the batter. I mean, we know Dylan won the Gold Glove last year, but you look at his offensive stuff this year. He's top 3% of the league in expected slugging, top 7% of hard hit rate. Two things that teams look at and say, quality contact, you're doing damage. He's got 11 extra base hits. Fists that foul first base side. Gore came all the way in with a left-handed fastball to a right-handed batter there.
Yeah, and he's got another one, like you were saying, that Tigers got to make life miserable for him here just to see if they can't get him out before the fifth inning. Keep getting that pitch count climbing. And Dylan's been working a lot in the batting cage. You know, had that little bit of a, got after that great start, a little bit of a hiccup, starting to hit the ball harder now, get back on line, but he's been spending a lot of time in those cages working on it.
He braces for a curveball, 1-2. Think about the Rangers bullpen that's just worthy of the conversation in advance of their appearance in this game is they don't strike a lot of guys out. You're going to have chances to put together base runners.
And they don't really have a designated closer. It's going to be one of those, you get to that point in the game and it's going to be maybe flip a coin, the pocket of hitters, and that kind of plays right into where AJ manages that bench and, you know, tries to get the perfect matchups.
They have 3 lefties in that bullpen. 2-2. Trying to come inside and Dylan didn't let him in.
I was going to say, that's awfully quick. He had fought one off the knuckles before, and that time tried to come right back in there, and that was a quick bat. See if he drops a changeup in there just because he was so quick on the inside fastball.
Back to the fastball upstairs. 3-2 on Dingler, who's gone full in both at bats tonight. So he's seen the whole kitchen sink.
And there you go. I mean, just Jahmai Jones with that leadoff somehow, if you can just keep fighting it, keep throwing those pitches, and just somehow work your way onto that base.
Three and two. Foul to our right. Check and see which of the beat writers brought their gloves today. Never know who's going to catch a foul ball.
Nah, their windows aren't open. Not like ours. Yeah.
3-2. He got inside that time. Jammed him with a fastball. He kept trying to do that. And there is out number 1. Let's go back to Riley Green's first at bat against Mackenzie Gordan.
Yeah, and Riley Green just is so stays in there so good. Watch this one right up and in. Like, I'm going to lean out over there. I'm going to wait for something out over that plate. That's what I want to get. Let me get one out over that plate. And then, oh, should I challenge that? And just thought better. But I think he would have won it.
Looked like it. The first pitch swing for Riley Green. A blooper third base side on the infield, and that's down on the ground. Young and Seager took sort of weird angles together at that thing, and neither could squeeze it.
Yeah, I think it was just Seager was way up the middle, and that's what Riley does. He tries to shoot those lefties right back up the middle. And Young trying to catch that over his shoulder or thinking that Seager maybe is going to get over there. And the Tigers get a break. Hard to tell if anybody was even calling that. Seager running over, it didn't look like he was calling it. Young didn't look like he was calling it.
It's just not a play that you have to worry about a whole lot, but because of the positioning, they did.
Yeah. And it wasn't one of those ones that was hit extremely high where you had time to get underneath it. Got right in on the knuckles of Riley Green and just forced it out there.
Now you got 2 on, 1 out for Vierling, who takes ball 1. See if maybe Gore has his control go hazy. He's walked 2.
And Matt Vierling is 2 for 3 with a couple of walks off of Gore.
Some National League East time together, Phillies and Nationals.
You know, and right there, I think Matty V was waiting for, I don't want to swing at that one. That's a really good pitcher's pitch. Try to see if he can't bring it something closer to him.
2-1.
The Tigers doing a good job of getting that pitch count up. 75 now.
Jones at second, Green at first. 2-1. Fouled away. That's a lively sinker. 2-2.
Boy, it looked like he was on it too. That's what I mean about trying to get that ball a little closer to him. He got a little closer to him, put a good swing on it, just fouled it straight back.
Two and 2. He struck him out on a fastball.
Boy, Matty's looking there like, how did I miss that? Right after he swung at it, he's like looking back like, man, I can't believe I missed that. He says, I don't get that opportunity where they get too many pitches inside, and he got one right there, just couldn't square it up.
So here's Torque. Can he square one up against Gore? First pitch inside. Mackenzie Gore is not at all afraid to throw inside to right-handers with that fastball and come all the way across the plate.
And you have to. Tarek Skubal is the perfect example. And I think he stays in there too. It's not like he opens up that outside part of the plate for a changeup either. You know, there's occasionally he'll throw a changeup out there, but not consistently.
No, it's not his main plan.
Yeah. Not like, oh, I'll bust him in off the plate and then throw that changeup away.
Two and 0. And a wheel to second. Yeah, that's fastball for fastball's sake, not fastball for setup's sake.
Exactly. Trying to get right in on their knuckles like he's done, like he tried to do to Dylan Dingler, like he did to Matt Vierling.
Two and 1 on Torque, who walked in the second. Gore is now at 80 pitches. Jones at second, Green at first. 2 and 1. There's a reason he throws that fastball in there.
You can see it, can't you?
Yep.
That right there, that was just everything it could do just to fight it off. Very uncomfortable looking swing. Two.
Way inside. That changeup was wayward. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The runners will go. Three and 2. Fouled away. Went with the 2-seam fastball. It moves a little bit more. 3 and 2 it stays.
And just in that situation with the 3-2, not really trying to hit that inside corner, just trying to do whatever he can to throw a strike.
Payoff again. This is long at bat feeder all night.
And it's that 3-2 counts again.
I mean, the Tigers are turning into Jackson Brown. Looks like it's 3 and 2 again tonight, Rosie.
But how's he going to get through the 5th? I mean, Torque works him here. This is really going to get interesting. There you go.
Yeah, it's ball 4. The bases are loaded. And suddenly the tying run is coming to the plate. It's Wenzel Perez.
Just another long inning, too. Yeah, they have to go out. Yep. Just a lot of stressful pitches this entire inning, and a lot of deep counts and a lot of foul balls, and you just got to go out there and just let him catch his breath.
Pitching coach Jordan Teagues goes out to talk to Gore. The bullpen for the Rangers, again, they're holding up "will work for food" signs. They just haven't had a whole lot of run. Day off yesterday. Latz threw 27 pitches 2 days ago. And then 3 days ago, 3 relievers. So there are guys out there that are just wanting to clock in.
I just say Cal Quantrill's a former starter. I mean, he's been finishing games late in games, but he's stretched out a little bit.
Bases loaded, 2 out. Wenzel Perez takes ball 1, and a challenge coming from Danny Jansen.
Call the ball.
Gore and Jansen with a challenge. That's a ball. Yeah, that was Mackenzie Gore who challenged that. That's right.
You know, and he knows. Look at that.
And he missed.
Look at that. That's one of the smallest.
Gore kind of fed up with his lack of command.
Yeah, absolutely.
Goes and challenges and then gets way inside on Wenzel. It's a ball and a strike. Yeah, the announcement came from the plate umpire Blakeney, and it was Mackenzie Gore who challenged it.
Pitcher calling.
It's so rare in baseball.
But I mean, you get in a situation like that and you're saying, man, I got to get out of this inning, and I got to challenge that.
Right-hander Cole Winn is warming in the Texas bullpen as Gore nudges up to 90 pitches. Entering tonight, there were 41 total challenges by pitchers in a month plus.
In the worst percentage out of all 3, the batters and the catchers.
Yes. Ground ball, base hit. Here come the Tigers. 1 home. Riley Green follows. Throw to the plate. Not in time. 4-2. You never know.
And that's why he tried to challenge, because he knew he needed some help to try to get out of this inning. Wenzel says, nope, I'm not going to let you off the hook. Just waits him out, gets that sinker down, stays in the middle of the plate and not on his hands, and he's able to get the barrel of the bat to it and hit it into that 5-hole over there to drive in the first 2 runs for the Tigers.
Now, Hao Yu Lee with his family here from Taiwan. He's the lead run in the 4th inning. of game 1 of this series. Mackenzie Gore throws his 90th pitch, and Lee checks his swing, and he does not go. It's ball 1. Marvin Hudson, who looks very toasty over at first, says no go.
Just starting to, you think, trying to break out some of those secondary pitches. It's just been a steady diet of the four seams, the sinkers, trying to get in on the hands of the right-handers, but he's not landing them.
So he goes away with a fastball, and it's a ball and a strike.
It just, you know, the changeup and the curveball that was down, you've got to prove to the Tigers that you can throw those off-speed pitches over the plate. I'm not sure he can.
Or wants to. 1 ball, 1 strike. He's been so heavy fastball.
Yeah. And just trying to get him in.
That's ball 3. Gleyber Torres is next, and you gotta believe he would face Cole Winn instead of Gore.
I was going to say, he's going to have a rough time getting out of the 4th, let alone the 5th. I mean, what was his pitch count? It was in the low 60s, wasn't it, when he started this inning?
He's at 93 now.
Yeah.
59, I think. 3-1. Pumped in the air, right center field, falling quickly, down, base hit. Torque scores 4-3.
Well, there's a little bit of a pattern, and Hao-Yu Lee certainly made him pay. He just continues to come inside, tries to come inside again there. Hao-Yu Lee is strong enough to fight that off, shoot that into right center field for another Tigers run in the end of the night for Mackenzie Gore.
Neither starter makes it through the 4th tonight. It's 4-3. This finish line's not even in sight yet.
It's time to go to the bullpen for a wall side windows pitching change, and the Rangers are going to go with right-hander Cole Winn. Has a real good 4-seam fastball, right about 95 miles an hour. Cutter and slider have been really tough. Opponents hitting under 100 on that slider. So you know Gleyber Torres is probably going to get a good dose of those cutter sliders.
There's one for you, strike 1. 1st and 3rd, 2 out. Tigers threatening for more. It's 4-3 in the bottom of the 4th inning. So here's how wild this is. The Tigers didn't have a hit entering this inning. It was 4-0 Texas. The Tigers went hitless through 3 and now have cobbled together 4 hits and 3 runs in the 4th inning.
Just way too many good at-bats.
That slider-cutter combination, as you said, is nasty.
Yeah, and they're both different. You can see that cutter is that small little horizontal break to it. That slider, more of the vertical downward action. And then he's got a real good fastball also.
And he uses the
Yes.
fastball for strike 3. But the Tigers climb right back into it. 6 at-bats with 6+ pitches to the Tigers so far. And Hao-Yu Lee in front of his family from Taiwan. An RBI single to draw within 1 for the Tigers. Here at Comerica Park, the Tigers have fought back into the game, trailing by 1 now, as Manuel De Jesus is on the mound. Replaced Jack Flaherty, did he, in the 4th. And he'll face Seager, Young, and Peterson in this 5th inning. It's 2-0. If you feel like you've seen quite a bit of throwing tonight, It's because we've seen the second most pitches through 4 in any Major League Baseball game this season. I feel like Don Draper watching all these pitches.
And you think tough on the fielders out there too, you know, having to stand out there and try to keep hopping and be ready for any time that something is put in play.
That's ball 4. Yeah, it is raw out there as we get a message from the Southeast Michigan Ford dealers.
F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 49 years and counting. Right now, enjoy employee pricing on our lineup of F-150s. You pay what we pay. Think Ford first.
Tonight's a night where hot chocolate's got to be flying off the shelves at Comerica Park. Right? Coffee, hot chocolate.
You bet. Actually, that sounds pretty good.
It does. And if anybody has an enormous bag of marshmallows they could bring by the booth, we'd appreciate it. 1-0 for Josh Young. And that's 6 in a row out of the zone for DeJesus.
I was going to say, DeJesus sat around a long time in that inning, and now he's just got to come back out. He had that adrenaline going when he first came in to strike out Evan Carter, and now he's got to get it right back. That same adrenaline coming out, pumping strikes.
There it is, 2-1. Brennan Hanafy, you saw, getting tuned up in the Tigers bullpen. What can you do when you sit for that long? I mean, really.
I mean, well, I don't think they want to go up there and throw, but that's certainly an option for them. The cage is underneath the stands. If they really felt like they wanted to just stay loose, they could do that. I mean, you constantly see, you know, pitchers over there stretching and going through their motions of whirling their arms around, just keeping that body loose.
3-2 from DeJesus to Young. Popped up right field. Wenzel Perez on the run to the line, veering back to make the catch. A serpentine but successful route.
Now that compared to those pop-ups down the right field line that the Rangers were trying to catch. Look at Wenzel coming hard on that and then just getting right to the line and then just walk the line right to the baseball to make a nice running catch.
Saying he's Johnny Cash.
But
he walks the line.
You got it, yeah.
Nimmo came out, by the way, as a precaution because of hamstring soreness, tightness.
Yeah, and probably, I mean, I don't think it's going to get any warmer this weekend, but that might be one of the things they were thinking about.
Dan Petrie, weather on the ones here on Detroit Sportsnet. And stay tuned for your 5-day.
No, I only go through the weekend.
Here you go. There's the anemometer.
Just slight breeze blowing out the. Where's it going?
What are you, our caddy? 1-1. Shanked foul left side. Power for hire, Jock Peterson. On the ground, third base side. Nice scoop by Lee and the turn. That's a sleek double play for the Tigers, playing out of a major shift.
How about on the night where they give out the Mitty Awards, you got Wenzel Perez making 2 really good plays. Hao-Yu Lee with a fantastic feed over to Kevin McGonigal to get out of the 5th.
4-3, bottom of the 5th, in what feels like a saga tonight, like a 3-part series here on Detroit Sportsnet, like we're doing long form programming. We've been together for a while tonight, the Tigers and Rangers.
Just halfway done.
Thanks, Bon Jovi. 0-1 is inside. It's a ball and a strike.
It got a nice game going.
Yeah, and it feels like the Tigers have all the momentum in
Yes.
this thing right now.
I mean, a good bullpen, but get into that bullpen early.
Up the middle, twisting to shortstop, and Seager collects it. Thought maybe the spin gods would turn in something wonky for McGonigal there, but it stayed true enough for Seager.
I was kind of hoping to see him face Mackenzie Gore one more time. Just the way he sized him up that second at bat, just showing a lot of learning. He learns quick from at bat to at bat. Very impressive.
Yeah, he smoked that slider to right for the line out in the third. Kerry Carpenter has a bat. He's hitting for Jahmai Jones, who doubled and scored last time. You figure some right-handers are going to spill out of the bullpen. The left-hander, Jalen Beeks, is warming in the Texas bullpen, but he could not come in for this batter because Wynn has only faced 2. Carpenter is his third, so A.J. Hinch guarantees Kerry an at-bat against a right-hander with a left-hander warming who may come in very soon. So it seems like a nice gambit. 1-1. Fades outside, a slider that never slid. 2-1.
Yeah, get him a couple of at-bats instead of just holding on to him, and it is just that one-run game. So if you can get him a swing against a right-hander with that component, that power component.
He wanted to tie the game there, 2-2. Little number, third base side. Oh, come on. Oh, it's not going to sit. That would have been a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it just had that spin on it. That was funny, just watching Kerry. As soon as he hit that one, Kerry's looking at it like, oh, man, that's got a chance. Oh, look at it, cut it.
It did.
It cut it.
It sliced the ball.
Yeah. He must have hit it right off the cup of the bat.
Whipping around like it had a tassel on it, like it just graduated.
That was but you know what? That was a slider. It wasn't a cutter.
Well, Kerry was the cutter.
Yeah.
Pitch was a slider. You don't see that a whole lot.
Took the slider and hit a cutter.
Did you see the look on Ryan's face there? Like, what is this? Somebody in quality control at the baseball factory is going to get a phone call. Did you see what happened in the game in Detroit last night? Frank's going to be on a Zoom call all day tomorrow. His calendar just got booked solid.
I mean, if somehow, I mean, you don't want that to go back into Cole Wynn's hands, but I mean.
Oh, you're dying for it if you're a pitcher.
Oh, my goodness.
Give me that thing.
Look at that thing. You could make that thing do some funny things. You talk about a wiffle ball. Oh, my goodness.
2-2 to Carpenter. Carpenters are supposed to put things together, not dismantle things.
I just like the way he hit it, and then he saw it and his eyes lit up like, ooh, that's got a chance.
3-2 is down. Ball 4. Kerry works hard for that walk.
He did. That was a nice at-bat, fouling off some tough breaking pitches from Wynn. Even got a split finger that he hadn't seen yet. Wasn't in the strike zone, but still could tell Cole Wynn was trying just about everything, trying to get Kerry Carpenter. Works that walk.
Now Dylan Dingler. You figure Beeks might be up for Riley Green, who's next, and they are just adhering to the idea that they got to pitch Dylan Dingler in.
You know, and you wonder if there's some, I mean, a lot of those right-handers, but you wonder if it's maybe just the cold weather. They're trying to stay in on that just to ruffle the hands.
But they're like dedicated to, devoted to the idea of throwing him inside tonight.
But I mean, we've seen Dylan Dingler pull his hands in and get that barrel of the bat. I mean, I know it was a changeup, but I mean that Sandy Alcantara one is the one that I remember.
Popped up, back of home and out of play. There's a little Will Smith in there, you know, for the Dodgers.
Yeah.
How he gets those arms around quickly, the hands through. 1-2 for Dingler. Each team is into the bullpen. We have hit the 5th inning. It's a 1-run game. One, two. Foul again. Went to the slider that time. Kerry Carpenter at first. Tigers scored 3 in the 4th to claw back into this game. That'll teach you to pitch him inside, huh? Yikes.
Man, that just right off of Danny Jansen.
Top of the mask. Man. Wolf.
Dylan Dingler's like, hey, sorry, bud. I know how that feels.
One, two. Right back in there with a cutter.
Boy, that's 2 good at-bats in a row that you're trying everything you can, and you have nothing right now to put either of these hitters away. Kerry Carpenter refused to give in. Dylan Dingler refuses to give in.
And the dirt. There goes Kerry. Strong read. He is in there safely. He got a good enough jump on it to take second base.
Tigers have been, I don't care who it is, they've been so good at this, that reading that, making sure that they get the good secondary lead, watching the trajectory of the ball when they can tell that it's going to be in the dirt, they get those good jumps and able to take that extra base to get into scoring position.
For Dylan Dingler, who will see his 25th pitch of the night, and that comes inside and hits his bat.
He's seen everything. I just keep looking and try something different, the split finger, but he really doesn't throw that many of them to right-handers.
He came inside again, and he whisks it away into left with a parachute. Carpenter will stop at third. It was a short throw for Osuna, but Dylan Dingler adjusted beautifully on the 26th pitch he's seen in 3 at-bats. So many of them inside, Dan.
Yep, and you can see Danny Jansen set up outside. He wanted that cutter off the plate because he'd just been going right in on him, but it stayed in, and he fought it off.
And so now, first and third, we're going to get another pitching change. Jalen Beeks, the 32-year-old, was warming. Riley Green's the target next. Cole Winn worked his tail off to try to get Dylan Dingler out, and Dylan just fisted a ball to left field. Winn is not thrilled, and he hands it off to Jalen Beeks, the Arkansas native. Our wall side windows call to the bullpen in a huge spot for Riley Green, Dan.
He is, and it's the right guy to have at the plate. Left on left, he saw Mackenzie Gore. And Beeks Beeks has a ground ball rate of 51%. You're thinking that maybe that's why they want to try to get a ground ball from Riley Green.
Throws a bunch of fastballs left on left, but he's gone changeup back to open.
You can see how Beeks kind of just pulls that ball out and really hides it behind his back, making it very difficult for the hitters to pick it up. Doesn't show you a whole lot of baseball at all and just kind of short arms it.
And he gets that swing and miss. 3 straight changes to Riley Green from Jalen Beeks, who was originally a Red Sox prospect. Now he's bounced around the league to Tampa and Colorado, among others.
You can see that just the deception and the hiding of the baseball, but a lot of motion also.
Just missed. 2-2.
And he also throws a cutter. Has a good fastball too. Sits at 93 miles an hour.
Dramatically off the third base side of the rubber. There's a ground ball, second base. Bat goes flying, and the turn's not in time. We are tied. Slowly hit ground ball. The crowd gasped, and the Tigers scored 4-all in the 5th.
You wanted the strikeout if you're Beeks right there. He was able to get the ground ball, but shatters the bat of Riley Green, so it's not hit it hard enough, even with Corey Seager's arm at shortstop. Riley Green runs too well, almost had to run or step over the bat barrel right by first base.
The Rangers have a bottom 6 whiff rate in their bullpen in Major League Baseball. We told you earlier that could be a problem, as this fly ball might have eyes. It is caught by Smith. Vierling is out. The inning is over, but the Tigers have come all the way back, and this game feels a little bit like this pop-up right on the edge. Yeah.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Detroit Tigers and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Detroit Tigers.
Make this Sunday a home run with the Meyer Family Fun Day deal. For just $79, get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 chips, 4 drinks, or upgrade to the new pizza meal for just $10 more. Plus, you can add extra tickets to fit your family. Watch the Tigers take on the Rangers. Don't miss out on this deal. Visit tigers.com/funday for more information. Grab a bite during the break and watch a pitching change. Brought to you by Wallside Windows. Brennan Hanafy is on in a tie game here in the 6th.
Brennan Hanafy last pitched on Sunday, finished that game off, that win against the Reds. Numbers were a little bit different down in Toledo. Right-handers, who he just owned at the major league level, hit 304 off of them, but he got left-handers out. I think that was one of the important things that they said, you know what, you've got to go down to AAA, you got to get, work on that changeup, something to get those left-handers out with, and he did, and he's back up here in a nice position to hold them right there, give the Tigers a chance to come back and win this game.
Ball 2 on Jake Berger. This was a 4-0 score when the Rangers scored 3 in the 3rd. But the Tigers came all the way back yet again. We are tied at 4 in the 6th. Left side base hit. Here's a message from Rally House, Michigan.
The season starts at Rally House. From jerseys and hats to tumblers for game day, it's where outrageous selection meets every fan's style.
Tigers have rejected the notion of win probability for most of this season. Just when you think it's going one direction, it veers the other. Either way, win, lose, as Osuna Taps a bunt down. Throw comes into second base by Dingler, and he gets the out. That's a fair baseball. Berger is out at second. Dillon pounces on it and creates out number 1.
Yeah, Osuna just runs too well for them to have a chance. But, boy, when he first bunted that ball, I mean, it's so close to home plate that Dillon just comes firing out of there and says, oh, man, all I got to do is throw it down to second. But Osuna just scooting down the line.
You know, we all thought during the break, this game's missing a 2-6 fielder's choice. We get a challenge here. ABS challenge by Ezekiel Duran. That's a strike.
Calling the field, it was overturned.
Ooh.
Strike. Detroit has 2 challenges.
It was it was a challenge by the Tigers, by Dingler. My apologies. It was called a ball. It is a strike, and so it's 0-1.
Yeah, don't mess with Dylan Dingler.
No.
On those challenges. And if he's going to pay a little bit of attention to Osuna, just you could tell by the way he went down there, but that man right there puts a stop to a lot of run games.
There's a bunt again. Hanafy leaves it. Lee has it, and they get the out there. McGonigal racing over to third to make sure to cover just in case Osuna got frisky at second base.
That's the one thing as a pitcher, once you don't have that baseball, you got to go right over there and cover third. How you lead, expecting that, gets a nice jump, and that was just a bunting for a base hit all the way. Seeing a couple of them. Well, we see Milwaukee playing small ball. Who was it? Cincinnati, I think, bunted. They were bunting a lot now, 2 times in a row for Texas.
Tigers will take the out that time.
You bet.
Danny Jansen, who homered back in the third, takes a strike. They're going to give him the sacrifice 5-3, which is relatively philanthropic.
Yeah.
But you don't have much of an option, I guess.
Yeah.
Jansen wands that foul. 0-2.
I think Brennan's trying to get those sinkers on the outside part of the plate. He threw that first pitch to Danny Jansen, who really had this nice swing back action to catch the outside part of the plate.
There's a slider, just see if he can get the fish to bite.
And I know that's one of the ones that, I mean, he just lives with that sinker. But one of those pitches that he's been working hard on, the changeup to the left-handers.
One, two. Upstairs. So you were talking earlier about putting people away on 0-2. Right? So you get a slider that's well away and then a fastball up here. And now you're left with 2-2.
And I think you got to go to his bread and butter, which is that sinker. I just think that they're trying to go away with it.
Yep, 3-2.
And that's why they attack 0-2, and they don't waste anything for this reason right here. They would rather take the chance of possibly giving up a hit 0-2 than to throw extra pitches and have that hitter see that many more pitches.
He went strike 3. Hanafy tears down Jansen to retire the side.
Boy, and went to the 4-seam fastball. Another pitch that's been working on for Brennan Hanafy. Up in the strike zone, out of the 6th.
Park Monday, May the 4th for an epic Star Wars night. The Detroit Tigers prepare for battle against the Boston Red Sox in a Monday night clash that will echo across the galaxy. Visit tigers.com/tickets to learn more.
There it is.
You did it for. Or you can just paint your face if you're not a Star Wars person.
Yeah.
J.R. Ritchie, evidently, who started against the Tigers a couple days ago, big Star Wars fan. We learned.
It's hard not to be a big Star Wars fan.
You a big Star Wars fan?
Yeah, well, I mean, I shouldn't say all the episodes, but the first couple, absolutely.
There's a ball inside. Ball and a strike. Here's Wenzel Perez waiting on deck. Sponsored by CNL Ward. Jalen Beeks, the pitcher right now for Texas. Torque gets a chance after walking twice already. We told you earlier the Tigers are second in full counts in all of Major League Baseball, and they've done nothing to shed that reputation tonight. Chant of Torque grows.
Boy, and he's not budging at any of these pitches either. I mean, it looks like he's seeing it right out of the hand and just, nope, ball right out of hand.
That is through. It's a base hit. Young had a chance at it, and it goes skipping into left. So Torque is on for the third time, and Wenzel Perez, Chevy's strongest player, already has driven in a couple runs after making this home run robbery.
Yeah, how about his night, just taking a home run away from Evan Carter back in the first inning, and then making a fine running catch that always seems like an adventure out there, and then gets that big base hit.
Wenzel to third. Young, they won't turn two. It was a slow developing possible double play. So Perez at first, one away, and Hao Yu Lee is the hitter. And a Bet365 odds update. At 1.5 hits, he is going to hit the over if he ends up with one more. He drove in a run back in the fourth. His family is watching. His mom and dad and fiance and agent are all here, making the very long trip from Taiwan to see Hao Yu Lee.
And he hasn't disappointed. Made a couple of nice defensive plays and got the base hit and RBI.
Pulled off that changeup there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tyler Alexander is warming in the Texas bullpen.
Man, what a start he's off to.
Yeah. Strike to Lee. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
Well, I just love watching how Yu Lee hit too. I mean, he's there. He doesn't hold anything back. I mean, this is a big swing.
Takes there. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Like he's trying to punish that ball. He's trying to do what Kerry Carpenter did. I mean, just split it in 2.
Who needs seams? 2-2. Yeah, he saw the changeup well that time.
Sure did.
3-2 on Lee. Perez at first. 1 out in the Tigers' 6th. The game that seemed dire is now leaning Tigers. That's a swing and a miss on a fastball. He tried to put that heater in play, and he strikes out on it.
I was going to say, if this pitch is close, there's going to be a big old swing, and he took a big old swing. This one just kind of was on the outside part of the plate. You see the grimace on his face, like, Tough pitch to really drive right there. I just like how he just does not get cheated.
Go to first. Perez is back. Everybody whose teeth aren't chattering is booing. It's hard to boo when your teeth are chattering. You ever try?
I was just thinking about it.
Perez runs, throw down to second, is wide left. He is safe, the ball trickles away. He peels away for third. Wenzel gets 2 bases for the price of 1.
That's one of those things. Anthony Sanders down at first base, one of those little things, like he could just tell that Beeks was not paying any attention to Wenzel and just saying, you know what, let's just see if you could get down there into scoring position with 2 outs. Just see, as soon as that foot comes up, Wenzel takes off, sees that, hey, nobody's going to be getting that ball and able to throw me out. Now you got several ways to score from third base.
And maybe you neutralize off-speed stuff.
Yep.
By being over there, maybe. At least it's in the mind of a catcher, Jansen, who just was charged with the error there on the throw.
Yeah, just that changeup down. He's doing a lot of changeups, and now you're just saying, yep, I don't know if I really want to bounce one.
I wonder if Glaber, if he saw something real tasty here on 3-0, would try to give the Tigers the lead.
It better be, he'd got to be sure, just as kind of scatter shot.
He tried to on a fastball. It's a fly ball into right center field and playable for Carter. Like the gambit there, he just didn't square it up. We're tied. The story so far is our Comerica Bank game summary. It's been a teeter-totter affair, but the Tigers have tottered more recently than the Rangers have. It was 4-0 Texas, but then the Tigers get 2 driven in from Wencel Perez. Hao Yu Lee has an RBI single to his name. And then in the 5th inning, Riley Green beats out a possible double play ball, and that deadlocks us at 4 as Brant Herter is on for our Wallside Windows pitching change. He'll face the left-hander first, Josh Smith. It's Brant Herter and Brennan Hanafy, the BH brothers, tag team left-handed and right-handed pockets of lineups.
Yeah, you like that, especially this matchup here in the pocket of hitters for Brant Herter. Left-handers are only hitting .045 off of Brant Herter.
That was almost the win probability for the Tigers in the 3rd, .045.
Yeah, there you go. But Brandon's throwing really well.
He came in after Casey Mize got hurt on Tuesday in Atlanta and threw Sterling 2 2/3.
He's got it locked in. You know, there at times where he had lost his control a little bit last year, kind of spraying the ball around, but not this year.
No, sir. Sweeper is doomed for Smith, 1 away.
He got that sinker on the inside part of the plate to the lefties and then comes right there almost behind these lefties when he crossfires in that low drop down, almost sidearm angle. Look at that head from Smith, just comes out thinking, man, that ball started behind me, ended up on the outside part of the plate.
They're going to pinch hit for Carter. So Evan Carter comes out of the game, the left-hander. In the 2 spot, Sam Haggerty, the former Mariner, will enter. He is the 2nd bench player used by Skip Schumacher today.
And I'm sure they just looking at some of those swings and how nasty Herter is on left-handers said, yep, we need to get somebody from the right side up there.
And he gets plunked. Haggerty hit by the pitch.
Yeah, just one of those sweepers that just kept on sweeping. Didn't slow down, and ooh, right off the knee.
Well, Haggerty for his career is 46 for 53 in stolen bases.
I mean, I was thinking about Brant Herter, like most Tiger pitchers, he'll do a good job of holding. He'll go over there and he'll stop. The guy that can do some damage is there in the box. We'll see how he handles Corey Seager with the sweepers on the outside part of the plate. I just remember the way he handles Tarek Skubal, and he likes to shoot that ball the other way off of Tarek Skubal.
Herter lands a sinker inside, 0-1, maybe in an effort to kind of neutralize that very thing.
You bet. I think that's a great pitch, those sinkers on the inside part of the plate. And then that big sweeper.
Haggerty got a huge lead and drew Herter's attention. So that's one disengagement for Herter without a throw to first.
And he stayed nice and calm because that's easy to balk too.
Did he? No. Ooh.
He went out a lot further than it looked live.
Fouled away on a sinker, 1-2. And we'll see. Will Brant Herter go with that breaking ball away, with the danger being that Seager reaches out and tags it to left?
And boy, he looked like he was on that sinker on the inside part of the plate.
Tingler set up way outside.
Could throw the sinker on the outside part of the plate too.
Oh, a sweeper, says night night. 2 down.
That's just too tough of a pitch, especially after that sinker on the inside part of the plate. And again, this big, look at how far that starts. Right at Corey Seager, right behind him. Look at him he's trying to stay in there and just flinches. Like, man, that's going to hit me in the middle of the back. And then just keeps working its way over the plate.
So reset the disengagement, new batters. So it's a throw to first on Haggerty. I don't know what you do as a left-hander if he's going to put that there.
That's what, just cross-firing and big 6'6" and stepping behind you. Man, that movement on that one. And Haggerty over at first base just had that little flinch on that one. Just because of that little move over there, just kind of put something else in Haggerty's mind.
There he goes again. That was a huge hop.
And Brant again just held true to form. It's just, sometimes if you're looking right at that runner, you have that little flinch, and I think Haggerty's trying to get him to balk. And then when he saw him stop, that's when he went home. He knew he had him stopped.
There goes Haggerty. 2-0 pitch, hit to third. That's Lee stonewalling it. Ao-Yu Lee, maybe his best defensive game as a Tiger.
Man, they said Josh Young was swinging the bat well. I guess so. And coming up is the Figer Law 7th inning stretch.
Tigers baseball on Detroit SportsNet is brought to you by Wallside Windows. Local and family owned, celebrating 82 years as Michigan's leader in replacement windows. And by your Metro Detroit Buick GMC dealers. Polish night here at the ballpark at Comerica Park, and a great dancing display before the game, leading into two teams entangled. Tied at 4. Tyler Alexander is on the hill. It's our Wallside Windows pitching change, and he will face Kevin McGonigal to lead off the 7th first pitch ball. Daniela?
Tyler Alexander, while not familiar with Kevin McGonigal, is familiar with a lot of guys on this Tigers team from his time here. And also after that, he has faced the Tigers now 4 times since leaving. We saw him twice with the Rays, and then we saw him with Milwaukee and Chicago last season. So 2024 and 2025 twice, and now 5th time that he's faced his former team since leaving the Tigers in 2023. He said it's still weird for him to enter the visiting clubhouse in this ballpark, and he hopes he gets the invite over there to see some of the changes they've made to the home clubhouse here, but still keeps in touch with a lot of the guys, enjoyed his time here, but pretty familiar with some of the guys in this lineup.
He's very well liked here, too. You ever look for something in your bag, like your car keys, and you keep finding something that looks a lot like your car keys but isn't your car keys, and it just keeps turning up? That's Tyler Alexander. He just keeps turning up in the Tigers' lap here as that ball is shot over shortstop and reeled in. Nice catch by Seager for out number 1.
Tried to muscle that out into center field. Instead of throwing that sweeper, decided to go back to the sinker. Corey Seager standing right there.
I thought he had a hit.
Yeah, right off the bat, I'm sure he's saying, oh yeah, I got a line drive out in the center.
So here's Carpenter, who did score the tying run when he came in for the guaranteed left on right at bat against Wynn. Now, you kind of pay the piper for that a little bit with a left on left here, but you take the run and you run with it. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, Tyler is just one of those guys, too, that I think a lot of teams want, and he's certainly willing to take a chance with him.
That ball smoked to right field on a line. Way back there, but a diving grab by Duran. He threw himself at that baseball, which could have changed this game in a big way. He started at second base tonight.
I was going to say, some of those plays out there, or non-plays out in right field, well, he's certainly taken care of right field. My goodness, what a play. That ball, it looked like it was hooking down that line. Kerry is saying, hook, hook, hook. What a fine play.
Some buzzard's luck there, as they say, for Kerry Carpenter. Ezekiel Duran, I mean, just flung himself in the air to make an exceptional play. 2-0 for Dingler. Tigers try to rebuild some momentum.
Just the timing on that dive too. I mean, it was just a full out sprint, and then just at that last second, just laid out. Yeah, just a full out sprint and then dive. Boy, he's lucky he just didn't hit his head as he hit down there. Boy, what a play.
Phenomenal effort.
It's a little different way that they're pitching Dylan Dingler, staying away from him. See if they get something inside.
More so, and hittable. 2-2.
You know, there's a little bit different velocity change between Mackenzie Gore, some of the other pitchers that were trying to get inside. Wynn trying to get inside on Dylan Dingler. Just leave something on that inner third.
3-2 on Dingler, who just fisted a ball over shortstop into left in the fifth. He's 1 for 3 on the day, but he has seen more than 30 pitches tonight from a dazzling array of arms. This is high in the air, first base side. Berger dancing back there after it. Berger fades and makes the catch. It was at least medium well from Jake Berger. Tomorrow, when the Tigers take on these very Texas Rangers, be one of the first through the gates and receive a Tigers caricature crew neck presented by Comerica. First pitch 7:15 p.m. Visit tigers.com/giveaways for more information. That game will be over on Fox Television tomorrow. Our friends at Fox will have that game. Then NBC Peacock will have Sunday. Our wall side windows pitching change is Birch Smith, who has been a nice find so far for the Tigers.
He sure has, Jason. And last pitched on Tuesday in his 5 1/3 inning since he's been up here. He's struck out 8. Got that good swing and miss 4-seam fastball.
This is golf to short, no dice. McGonigal snares it. Outstanding reaction from the rookie.
Well, Corey Seager took one away from him, so he said, you know what, I'll repay you guys, to Jock Peterson. Look at how high he got up.
He does everything, Dan.
Yes, he does.
Does everything. Berger takes the ball inside.
You know, and just how impressive he has been over at third base, and then just he slides right over to shortstop, and it's just, so what?
To left field, that's a base hit. It rolls to the warning track on a backhand for Carpenter, and this is 2 bases standing for Jake Berger. He is a pull side superhero, and he
Sure
did it
is.
again.
Sure is. That base hit that he had was a pitch on the inside part of the plate. Here's that 4-seam fastball. It stays in. Jake Berger just waiting there to see that ball in and hammer it. In the last 2 at-bats, he's done just that. Just strand him right there.
Osuna, the batter. Ground ball to third. That's fair down the line into left. Berger's on his way home. The Rangers have taken the lead. Back-to-back two-base hits on back-to-back pitches.
Just a cutter that stays out over the plate, and Osuna does a nice job at just going with that pitch. Instead of trying to pull it, just stays right behind it, just out of the reach of Hao-Yu Lee. Boy, not wasting any time either. Just attacking Birch Smith early.
3 balls in play on 4 pitches now becomes 4 in 5. And they do get Duran, who made the exceptional catch in the bottom of the 7th. So Osuna to third. Danny Jansen, the batter. That is 4 balls in play on 5 pitches.
Yeah. They've all been a little bit something different, too.
Curveball for a strike. Tigers will have Riley Green leading off the home 8th. Alexander, the current pitcher in the game for the Rangers. That ball's tomahawk foul. Action continues. Junis was throwing for the Rangers during the last half inning anyway. He is still up in the Texas bullpen. Osuna at third, 2 down. Smith to Jansen. Check swing. He didn't.
After that 0-2 fastball just missing at the bottom, didn't want to go back to back with that same pitch, and almost got him to bite on that curveball. Now he could do 2 things. He could throw that curveball again or go back upstairs with that fastball.
On 2-2, he decides on a breaking ball that's lined to left and foul.
Was just very quick on those pitches. Keep something maybe away. Throws that cutter.
Right there, strike 3.
There you go.
So Tigers trail. Riley Green has a bat. He'll be up shortly, right after this.
Let's take a look at the upcoming schedule, brought to you by Bet365. Tomorrow we got Cater Montero, who's really been throwing the ball well this year, up against Coomer Rocker, and then Jack Leiter on Sunday, and then we're going to see if there'll be an opener or how they're going to piece that together on Sunday, which will be very, very fun to see. That's always interesting on those bullpen games.
First pitch, ground ball, base hit. Riley Green leading off the bottom of the 8th. He is the tying run. He is occupying first base. Will it be Junis for Vierling? It looks like the answer is yes. Will it be Colt Keith for Vierling? Will it be Jace Young for Vierling? Or will it be Vierling for Vierling to still play the outfield? We'll find out. A full menu at the disposal of the Tigers skipper when we return. Tigers have a 3-man bench remaining after Kerry Carpenter hit in the 5th for Jahmai Jones. So Rogers, Young, and Keith are the available players. Matt Vierling, such a linchpin of the defense, will stay in off the 3-hit day yesterday with Riley Green over at first, Dan.
Yeah, that's one of those things where the absence of Javi Baez and Zach McKinstry, it just kind of changes the way that you have to set up your outfield defense. But Matt Vierling had plenty of success yesterday. Needs some right here.
Breaking ball for a strike. Junis throws more than half of his pitches as that slider to right-handed batters.
Yeah, sinker slider. Does have 4 pitches to really contend with, but that sinker slider to the right-handers.
Chip foul, 0-2 for a former starter from the Royals organization. Jacob Junis was a 29th round pick out of the state of Illinois. And he really does lean heavily on that slider against righties. Then lefties see a diabolical changeup.
Been going back and forth. He was pitching the 9th inning and closing games, but called upon here in the 8th.
0-2. Breaking ball skied for right center field by Vierling. Duran is underneath. Spencer Torkelson's been on base 3 times. He's our subject of StatCast 3D, powered by Google Cloud. 2 walks and a single for Tork, the single on one of those fastballs.
They keep trying to bust him in, which is a little bit different than the way he's been pitched. Usually he's been everything away, trying to get him to chase or swing breaking balls.
Junis, you imagine, will throw him away.
Has to do that.
Yes.
Just right there. And Spencer Torkelson, I'm sure, knows it too. And that's why he didn't even offer at that one, just off the plate.
This is the first right-handed pitcher he's seen tonight. Tork cranks that ball down the left field line and foul. Well, if you hang one, there are windows to be broken.
Yeah, he's due. He hasn't hit one in 3 games, right?
Tork off the end of the bat to left. Haggerty makes the catch, and we get a message from Figer Law.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, make Figer Law your first call. Figer Law. All we do is win.
Nobody's really hit Junis well this year, but lefties do have 5 hits against him. Right-handers have all of 2 hits against him.
And Wenzel's had himself a night. See if he can't come up with one more big swing. Has done it defensively and at the plate.
Takes a changeup away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Late home runs for Wenzel Perez have been the story of his season. Usually off the bench. In the air for right field. Duran makes the catch. Inning over on the Bet365 scoreboard. The Tigers trail the Rangers 5-4 after 8. It's Tuesday, May 5th is a 3-1-3 value game when the Tigers face the Red Sox at Comerica Park. Tickets start at $30 plus get $3 hot dogs, $1 chips, $3 waters or fountain drinks. First pitch 6:40. Tigers.com/values is where you learn more as Birch Smith is in with a strike. It's Smith versus Smith. Birch versus Josh. The fabled standoff of the Smiths. 0-2, look out. That Frankie down there that almost caught one. Yeah, he had to dance out of the way. Smith to Smith. Which museum do you think they'd send the ball to if it was the longest at bat in Major League history?
Which
museum?
You know what, I had to come up with something. You were talking about Smith versus Smith, so maybe the Smithsonian.
That's right. I think it would go there.
Okay.
Or
well,
Cooperstown.
Wow, am I thinking like you?
Yeah, you're going to get thrown out of your house.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Chris is going to say, get out.
Oh,
you're sleeping outside. Don't be talking like that other guy.
That's a first. Me being on the same wavelength as you? Whoa.
Yeah.
I'm kind of happy I came up with that one now.
Well,
there's hope yet.
0-2, fouled away. We had a whole trip to the Smithsonian. last year.
We did.
As a group with Johnny Kane.
Yes. I still phones loaded with pictures. They keep popping up. Yeah, that was right before the 4th of July too.
The great trip to DC.
Yes, it was.
0-2 is up and out. A ball and 2 strikes on Smith from Smith. Swing and a miss. Birch Smith gets the strikeout to lead off the 9th.
Yeah, you see the strikeout on the cutter to end the 8th inning, and this is the fastball that's been really good for Birch Smith. Got that little bit extra life to it. I mean, it looks like it's right down the middle, but it just has that little hop at the end, and the hitter just swings right underneath it.
1 out for Haggerty. Tips that foul, 0-1. The Tigers in the home 9th will have Lee, Torres, and McGonigal. 9-1-2. 0-2.
Tried to get a little bit extra after those couple of curveballs and said, I'm going to try to blow this fastball by, and just he didn't want it down. I think he wanted it a little bit more up to play off those curveballs.
To the changeup, fouled away. You know that feeling. You're smiling because you've done that before on the mound, right?
Which one?
You kind of load up the fastball, try to get a little bit extra.
Oh, absolutely.
Pull it a little bit.
Yep. And just overthrow it, over crank it a little bit.
One, 2. Off the plate away. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two. No. Ball 3 on Haggerty. Seager is next.
Yeah, that's why you want to make sure that you go right after Haggerty here. You don't want to deal with him dancing around at first base.
It's a wave and a miss. Strike 3. 11 strikeouts for the Tigers staff. Look, we never got to Dan's top 3 earlier today in our Smithsonian discussion.
Man.
Reminded you love lists.
Well, I'm a big fan of Texas too. And the first thing is that good old-fashioned Texas heat. I mean, it's smoking down there. Cowboy boots, right? It's the most comfortable shoe that exists.
A weird take.
I mean, you wouldn't think that at all. You know, like your foot doesn't even fit in there. Once you get your foot, it's the most comfortable shoe there is, or boot. And then iced tea.
Why don't you wear them everywhere then?
You know, and that's because I knew you were going to ask me that. I don't wear jeans anymore. And it doesn't mean you can't wear cowboy boots with slacks or anything like that, but it's just I don't wear jeans anymore.
You just don't want to be comfortable, I guess.
Yeah.
2-1 for Seager.
Flip-flops now.
The heat would have been nice to talk about in like the first inning.
You know. Well, that's right. Yeah. But in iced tea, you're a big tea drinker. They got the best iced tea. And you know, when it's hot down in Texas and you have that iced, there's best iced tea.
And there are 3 sizes: large, extra large, and missile silo.
That's right.
It's great.
Nothing small in Texas.
Child's tub.
Everything's big in Texas.
3-1. That ball's hit well deep into right center from Seager. That's a long way to go back there, and it rings back in off the wall. It is a double for Seager, and it stays in that cavernous portion of the ballpark. Could have been more, but that ball is contained by Comerica Park.
But that's how important it was to get Haggerty out, the previous batter. Whatever he threw 3-2, he had to make sure he threw it for a strike to keep him off the bases, which he did, because he had the dangerous Corey Seager up there who smoked that ball double. And now you just keep the ball away from Burger. This is Josh Young. You got to make sure that you keep the ball in. He's been hitting everything in, just like Berger.
So Seager's at second with all of that. But you do have the 2 outs still after that strikeout of Haggerty you mentioned. So 1-0. And Young hits it to third. Lee staggers into a throw and retires the side. The Tigers can walk it off, as we started the show with. Next.
Tigers baseball on Detroit SportsNet is brought to you by Figer Law. All we do is win. And by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. Getting ready for Tigers postgame here at the set. 9-1-2 hitters coming up for the Tigers. Keep in mind, 2 weeks ago to the day, Hao-Yu Lee made his big league debut. Got an opportunity here to do something special with mom, dad, and fiance in the house. We love a good storyline on Tigers postgame, Benetti.
Yeah, we do. We'll see if Hao-Yu Lee delivers to lead off against the left-hander with 3 career saves, Jacob Latz. It's our Woolside Windows pitching change. Latz is not an extremely hard thrower, but he generally gets a lot of swing and miss.
And right-handers have not gotten a hit. They're 0 for 26 off of Latz.
He's barely given up a base runner to a right-handed hitter so far, as Hao-Yu Lee's family takes it in. Just 2 walks for right-handed batters all year against Latz. Hao-Yu Lee bends his knees into a strong take.
That's a pretty good weapon to have after Junis comes in and pitches the 8th, and then to have Latz, and you're not afraid of facing 2 right-handed hitters coming out of the box.
That's what he'll see. Lee, then Torres, and McGonigal and Carpenter. Tigers do have Rogers, Keith, and Young still on the bench. The Rangers have deployed 5 relief pitchers tonight, trying to protect a 5-4 lead. That's a swing and a miss on a fastball bearing in. Lee is out, 1 away.
Boy, this is that 95-mile-an-hour four-seam fastball up and in. Very difficult to get that barrel of the bat up to that pitch. You can see why he's so tough, and then he drops that changeup down and away from right-handed hitters.
Slider nips the corner, 0-1.
How about that for strike 1? Perfectly located backdoor slider.
He just sort of nuzzles up to the strike zone. It's 1-1 here on Gleyber Torres. Change up, dies on the vine, 1-2. Yeah, this is artistry so far from Latz.
This is, and then with that secondary stuff, that slider and changeup, and to deal with that fastball at 95 up and in.
Got to fight it off there.
And that's what Gleyber does so well.
His average fastball coming in was 94-ish, but he's run it up to 96 tonight. Inside, 2-2 at 95.
It's the same pitch he tried to get Gleyber that he struck Hao-Yu Lee with. See if he goes back outside.
2-2. He missed, 3-2.
Trying everything. Good tough at bat from Gleyber.
With McGonigal looming. Kevin stung a ball to shortstop in the 7th and hit one on the nose to right in the 3rd. Rally caps are out and positioned and bouncing. 3-2, Lads to Torres. High in the air, center field. Osuna makes the catch. There are 2 down in the Tigers' 9th.
Boy, on a night like tonight when it's a little chilly and the ball really is not traveling, Lads just said, you know what, I cannot walk this guy. I've tried everything else, the changeup, curveball. I'm just going to go right after him, right down the middle with a fastball and take my chances. It got the fly ball.
Yeah, it exactly did. Now McGonigal. That's ball 1. Kerry Carpenter's next. If Kevin McGonigal reaches, Carpenter would be the winning run at the plate. Kevin also can tie the game here. 1-0. Check swing. He did.
No, he did. He saw those sliders from Mackenzie Gore and struck him out the first time and lined out the second. Looks like he's going to get those sliders here.
On the ground, first base. Berger flips it. Lads taps it, and the Rangers survive the opener 5-4. Tigers fall to 1 under 500, and Texas does put up the winning run on back-to-back doubles in the 8th, and what turned into a bullpen day. Dan?
Yeah, and you know what? Give the Tigers a lot of credit because it didn't start off very smooth with them jumping out to the 4-0 lead, but as they always do, they play the full 27 outs, and all the momentum shifted the Tigers' way. They just couldn't score that go-ahead run, and unfortunately Texas did to come out 5-4 winners.
So, Dan, see you Sunday night. Fox will have the game tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Yep, we'll be here and look for another good game between these two teams.
Tigers fall to the Rangers. For our producer, Denny Blunt, our director, Andrew Blaustein, our entire marvelous crew, for Daniela Bruce, Dan Petrie, Jason Benetti saying farewell. Cure Auto postgame, Johnny Kane next.